My very first dream from my earliest years was to be a mom. Well, I worked with a lot of kids growing up, and just especially in my youth, I took every opportunity to work in our children's department, teaching, working with. I started out with the toddler age, and then I did babysitting and watching, of course, my mom, who there was 5 of us kids growing up, and just what a good mom she was and how she cared for us. And I couldn't wait to be a mom myself and to have those children and to take care of babies. And it was something that just grabbed my heart very early, and I just couldn't. I longed for that day that God would give me that opportunity. God fulfilled this dream in 2006 when our daughter Danielle was born. And Brian and I had been married in 2003, and we had planned to wait a few years to start our family, and she came in 2006, and so this was all according to our plan. And we very soon decided that we wanted to give her siblings, and so we thought that was just how it would be. Suddenly, we had those plans derailed with our first miscarriage in 2009. And that was the catalyst that threw us into many years of loss, sorrow, and pain. And this pain was unimaginable. We both knew that God works in trials and tests, but this was not a pain that we imagined. This was not a timeline that we wanted, that we expected. And why would God take something that was so dear to my heart and really a God-given, as far as his will, that we should have children? Why would he allow this to be ours? Why would he allow this to be our pain and our sorrow and our loss? And there was a lot that I couldn't comprehend in those times, in that darkness. With each loss of a baby, my heart became a little bit more broken and a little bit more distant to really believe that God's goodness was enough, that God's faithfulness and hope could be enough for this emptiness. So in 2013, God answered our prayers, and another child, and many of you know him, Blake. He runs around here acting crazy, but he's a gift. He just is a joy to see and have. And amidst that huge answer to prayer and just God fulfilling another piece to that dream, there was just this little hint of discontentment in my heart, because it's not the way we had planned. And it wasn't, our kids now were 7 years apart, and they wouldn't grow up being best buds because of just their age difference. And I didn't have a house full of kids like I dreamed. But God showed me the story of the storms, and it's in John 6. And he literally sent his disciples into this storm on the sea, but he was with them. And I look back during those times, and I read the journals I wrote and the prayers that I said and spoke to Christ, to Jesus. And I know he was with me in those storms. I know he was with me in the boat, so to speak, like he was with those disciples. And so that contentment only I was finding was only going to become satisfied with my relationship with Jesus, and the fact that he was with me during this storm. He was with me in my day-to-day life. He's with me while I'm being a mom. He was with me, and he was showing his character, and he was showing who he was through this really, really painful time. And when you take away those things that maybe won't ever get fulfilled on this side of life, and it looks like there's a lot of dreams that won't come true in my life and maybe in yours, but what can be relied upon is God, and that He's with us. And the resurrection brings us that hope. And without the resurrection, without Jesus coming to earth, living, dying, and then resurrecting, we wouldn't have Him with us today. We wouldn't have Him filling that void. All of us have that hint of something in the corner of our hearts that hasn't been fulfilled, but that's what He can do. He can fill that, and He can bring joy. He can bring peace. He can bring contentment in the deepest of pains, because it's Him. He's with us. And that was the lesson that He taught me as I watched Blake grow up, and still watching Blake and my daughter Danielle grow up. As I look back on my life, and God definitely fulfilled my dreams, but it was not in the way I expected. I'm thankful for my husband. I'm thankful for my family. And it wouldn't be the same without Christ and without what He's done for us. So the resurrection literally changes everything. Jesus changes everything. And I hope that you will experience that change too.